Start with a powerful emotional statement to instantly connect with the audience's pain, heartbreak, feeling of abandonment. Example: have you ever felt like you gave your heart to someone and they just threw it away? Well, you're not alone. What if I told you there's a way to make him regret ever losing you? A way that doesn't involve revenge, but wisdom from the Dalai Lama. Deepen the connection by empathizing with the audience's emotional struggle. Use phrases like, "I know what it's like to feel lost, to wonder if you'll ever move on. But the Dalai Lama has a secret that can transform your heartbreak into inner strength." Build curiosity by hinting at the upcoming Tibetan wisdom. Today, I'll reveal 3 powerful Tibetan practices that can change your life, starting today. Use urgency. You don't want to miss these secrets. They'll heal your heart and give you the power to rise stronger than ever. One of the most powerful teachings of the Dalai Lama is compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. Compassion isn't just about being kind to those around you. It's about extending that same kindness to your own heart, especially when you've been hurt. The Dalai Lama often says, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion for yourself. This is a lesson we often forget when we're heartbroken, when we feel abandoned or rejected. How often do you criticize yourself for being hurt? How many times have you told yourself that it's your fault, that you're not good enough? The truth is, the pain you feel is not your fault, and it certainly doesn't define who you are. But here's the key. Healing starts with forgiving yourself. Yes, forgiving yourself. For all the moments you blamed yourself. For the hurt that you carried without ever letting it go. The Dalai Lama teaches that true healing comes when we release the anger and resentment that we hold against ourselves. The first step is to show yourself compassion. So here's what I want you to do. Write a letter of forgiveness to yourself, or, if you feel that it's necessary, to your ex. Acknowledge the pain, but don't dwell on it. And then, in an act of letting go, burn that letter. This simple act, though it may seem small, is powerful. Burning the letter represents the release of the anger and resentment that's been holding you back. It's an act of freedom, a way to unburden your heart. The fire symbolizes a fresh start. It's the moment when you truly free yourself from the chains of past hurt. I remember the first time I did this. I had carried anger and sadness for months, clinging to the past like it was a part of me. But when I wrote that letter and burned, it felt like a weight was lifted off my chest. I could finally breathe again. For the first time in a long time, I felt free. Free from the bitterness, free from the constant replay of negative thoughts. And it wasn't because the pain disappeared instantly, but because I allowed myself to heal step by step. The Dalai Lama teaches us that true peace comes when we let go of resentment, especially the resentment we hold against ourselves. And this practice, it can be your first step towards finding that peace. So tonight, before you go to bed, take a moment for yourself. Write that letter. Allow yourself to release the past, to forgive, and to start anew. And when you burn it, imagine the anger and regret vanishing into the air, no longer weighing you down. You'll feel a shift. It won't happen all at once, but the process has begun. And that's what matters. Every step you take towards self-compassion brings you closer to your healing. Try this tonight. I promise you'll feel a difference. It's the beginning of reclaiming your inner peace. You deserve it. The Dalai Lama teaches that peace comes from within. Meditation is one of the best ways to reconnect with that inner peace. When we're heartbroken, it's easy to feel as if peace is a faraway dream, something that's just out of reach. But the truth is, peace doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from within. It's about finding that stillness inside yourself, no matter the storm around you. One of the most powerful practices to help you reconnect with this inner peace is meditation. Meditation isn't just about sitting in silence. It's about allowing your mind to calm, allowing your body to relax, and giving yourself permission to just be. The Dalai Lama often says, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This powerful truth reminds us that no amount of external circumstances will bring us lasting peace. It's only by turning inward that we can find it. So how can you start? Here's a simple practice that you can begin today. Sit in silence for just 5 minutes. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just focus on your breathing. As you breathe in peace. As you breathe out, release any tension or anger you might be holding. Let go of everything that doesn't serve you. While you're sitting, in silence, quietly repeat this affirmation to yourself. I am enough. Say it slowly, allowing the words to sink deep into your being. I am enough. No matter how broken you may feel, no matter how unloved or unworthy you may think you are, this truth is eternal. You are enough. The Dalai Lama teaches that true peace is a reflection of self-acceptance. When you accept yourself, flaws and all, peace naturally follows. This simple meditation practice is about reconnecting with that acceptance. By repeating I am enough, you're rewiring your mind, shifting your focus away from the pain and towards self-compassion. This practice isn't about fixing everything at once. It's about starting the journey of self-acceptance. You might not feel different immediately, but each time you repeat those words, you're planting seeds of change. Over time, those seeds will grow, and you'll begin to notice a shift in how you view yourself and your situation. As you sit in silence, breathe deeply, and focus on your affirmation. Imagine the weight of your past hurt slowly melting away. Every breath brings you closer to inner peace. With each exhale, release the anger, sadness, and disappointment that you've been carrying. You are free to step into your power, free to embrace the beautiful person that you are, no matter what has happened in the past. The Dalai Lama's teachings remind us that we are the creators of our own peace. It's easy to think that peace will come when our circumstances change, when we find love, or when others apologize. But the true power lies in our ability to create peace within ourselves, and that peace starts with the acceptance of who we are in this moment. Take this practice into your daily life. You don't need hours of meditation to find peace. Just 5 minutes of focused breathing, paired with the powerful affirmation of I am enough, can start to shift your energy and perspective. Try this today and see how it begins to change the way you feel. I remember the first time I tried this meditation. My mind was racing, and the pain from the breakup was overwhelming. But after a few minutes of focusing on my breath and repeating, I am enough, I felt a sense of calm that I hadn't felt in weeks. It wasn't a magical fix, but it was the beginning of healing. It was the first step toward reclaiming my peace and my power. So try this today. Sit in silence, breathe deeply, and repeat the affirmation, I am enough. Feel the tension begin to ease, and let the peace from within begin to rise. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. And soon, you'll find that peace is no longer something you're searching for, it's something you've already found inside yourself. The Dalai Lama says, love yourself first, and everything else will fall into line. This is one of the most powerful truths you can embrace, especially after a heartbreak. It's easy to forget your worth when you've been hurt or abandoned, but remember this, your value is not determined by anyone else's actions. It's something that is innate within you, and it starts with loving yourself. In the final secret, we focus on the power of transformation. The Dalai Lama often teaches that true healing comes when we stop clinging to the past and allow ourselves to move forward. It's natural to want to hold on to what was, especially when you've invested your heart in someone. But the wisdom of the Dalai Lama reminds us that letting go is not about forgetting. It's about freeing ourselves to grow. When you release the past, you create space for new possibilities. You give yourself permission to step into a future that is brighter and more fulfilling. This isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey, and it requires patience and compassion for yourself along the way. But every step forward is a step toward reclaiming your power. One powerful practice to help you let go is journaling. Writing allows you to process your emotions and release what's been weighing on your heart. You can write about your pain, your hopes, and your dreams. And just like with the letter of forgiveness, when you pour your feelings onto the page, you begin to create space for healing. As you move through this process of self-healing, remember that every moment of pain is an opportunity for growth. The Dalai Lama says, the way to overcome negative thoughts and destructive emotions is to develop opposing positive emotions that are stronger and more powerful. The key is to replace the old wounds with new sources of peace, love, and hope. So take the lessons you've learned and begin to step into your future. Embrace the healing process, let go of the past, and trust that you are worthy of happiness and love. The Dalai Lama's wisdom teaches us that healing is not a destination. It's a journey, and it starts with you. Self-love is not selfish. It's essential. When you love yourself, you build a foundation of strength and confidence that no one can take away. It's like planting seeds of resilience inside your heart. And once you start to nurture that love, everything else in your life begins to shift. You start to see yourself in a new light, worthy of respect, kindness, and love. A simple practice that can help you cultivate this self-love is to stand in front of a mirror and say positive affirmations. Look at yourself in the eyes and say, I am worthy of love and respect. Repeat it over and over. Don't just say the words, feel them. Let them sink into your soul. You are not defined by your past pain or the actions of others. You are defined by your own strength, resilience, and capacity to love. This practice may feel strange at first, but trust me, it works. Each time you affirm your worth, you are building your confidence and reaffirming your value. It doesn't matter what anyone else has done to you. The opinions of others do not dictate your worth. Only you have the power to define who you are. And when you start loving yourself, you become unstoppable. I remember when I first started doing this practice, I felt awkward standing in front of the mirror, saying those words. But something shifted inside me as I continued. Over time, I began to feel stronger. I felt more radiant, more confident, and more aligned with my true self. I realized that I didn't need anyone else's validation to feel complete. I was enough, just as I was. The Dalai Lama's wisdom has always emphasized the importance of self-love. He believes that when you love yourself, you are better able to love others and create meaningful connections. But it all begins with you. You have to be the first person to show yourself kindness, to recognize your own worth. So, start this practice today. Stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say, I am worthy of love and respect. Do this daily and watch how it transforms your sense of self. Over time, you'll notice that your confidence grows and you start to radiate a new energy. You'll be amazed at how powerful you become when you truly love yourself.